Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to MVC tutorial channel. This is part 15 of Student Management System playlist using SP.NET MVC with AngularJS. Before we start this video, please watch previous videos of this series. And in the last part of this series, I have shown student entry page design, and I just loaded batch and section information and student controller JS and also student dal. Now in this video of this series I'm going to create stored procedure for student information entry. So let's get started. First of all, I'm going to SQL server, and here I'm going to search this sp insert codes. Okay, this one, and I'm just going to modify this stored procedure, and I'm going to change create stored procedure, and I'm going to change the stored procedure name student. Okay, and we don't need this course name column, we need these columns. Okay, so from the student table we need batch ID and section ID already declared as a parameter, and I'm going to just copy. Okay, and we need dob as date time. Okay, next gender, envar max. Now religion, okay, and just copy this envar max. Now father name, okay, father name also envar. Now we need mother name, mother name also envar. Present address, okay, permanent address, envar, admitted date, date time, okay, and status as a bit. Okay, and remove the comma. Okay, now we need to this table name, and okay, script table as create, insert new. Okay, just copy these columns and paste it here. Okay, we don't need student. Okay, and we need batch, then section, then dob dob, then gender, then religion, father name, mother name, present address, permanent address. Okay, then admitted, date, now, status. Okay, and execute this store procedure. Okay, now we need to create the student ID number automatic increment. Okay, when data has been inserted, then we need to get the max student ID from TBL student information. So after insert, I am going to execute another query. Select star from TBL student. Okay, and we need to get max ID. So max student ID, we need to declare max student ID integer. Okay, set and we need select here. Okay, and max student ID will be the max student ID. Okay, we got the max ID, which data or student ID has been inserted in this insert query. Okay, this student ID will get from this query. Now we need to generate student ID number by the max student ID and batch ID. So we need to left join. So I'm going to create or write here a query. Select star from TBL student info and left join TBL batch. Okay, on TBL student dot batch ID equal TBL batch dot batch ID, for we need the batch name. Okay, dot batch name and plus we need the student ID number increment. So just copy and we need max student ID number. If no student ID, then we need to is null. Okay, 0. Okay, if I execute this query, okay, batch name column, okay, and we need this batch as integer. Okay, we need to use cast as integer. Okay, if I execute, okay, we need to call this group. Okay, group by okay, and execute this query. Okay, no column, this is our student ID number. Okay, sorry. Okay, and we need here is null comma 0 plus 1. Okay, and we need here where condition for this student ID number. Okay, okay, and we declare here declare student ID number integer. Okay, and this we need to call here. Okay, and we need to update, we need to this student ID number in the max student ID updated. So we need to create another query for update student ID number. So update tbl student set student ID number equal this student ID number where student. Okay, okay, we have successfully created our store procedure, and I'm going to execute this store procedure. And update command, just we updated our student id from this query and execute this query. Okay, command completed successfully. We have created our store procedure successfully. So I'm just going to copy this store procedure name and paste it here. Okay, and I'm going to student entry page. Okay, okay, student controller, and we also declare here student controller, and we just save data function already created. Okay, okay, and I'm going to run this project. Okay, and we need batch 1 and we don't need batch 1 batch 2, so I'm going to update this name. Batch 1 is 01. Okay, and batch 2 02. Okay, okay, we have successfully updated 01 batch and 02 batch, and I'm going to student entry page reload. Okay, 01. Okay, section 1. Okay, and select section 1, and I'm going to select date of birth. Okay, okay, and religion Islam. We just missed, we need student name, we didn't use here. So first of all, student name. So I'm going to student entry page, and just copy here, and we need text box, this one, student name. We need to design, and student student name. Okay, okay, and we need to alter the store procedure and just copy this one we need, and just refresh this. We need student name. Okay, student name, we need also here student name. Okay, and execute this query and copy the student name, and we also here student name and type text. Okay, and we also add parameter in the student dal. So just copy the batch, and we need here just copy student id number and copy the student name column, just paste it here. We also need student id number, okay, and okay, okay. So now I'm going to run this project. Okay, here student name, I'm going to write student 01 batch 01 section 1, date of birth, okay, and religion Islam, permanent address 1, father name as a father name 1, mother name 1, present address 1, and ability is today, active status active, and gender male. Okay, and click save button. Okay, operation failed. Okay, I'm going to give a breakpoint here. Okay, student 1 section 1 Islam. Okay, yes. Okay, sorry, we need here student name. We just mistake student name, and also here student name. Okay, and run this project again. Okay, and reload this page. Student name 1 batch 01 section 1, religion Islam, father name 1, present address 1, permanent address 1, today, and just give a TOB, active, gender male. Okay, and click save button. Okay, and debugging. Okay, we got, okay, religion, father name, mother name. Okay, present address also, status we got, false. Why? Okay, operation successful. Okay, data has been saved. If I go to SQL server and execute this table student, okay, student ID number 2, we got false. We need to check. One, active, 0, inactive. Okay, true, and value false. Okay, and reload this page. Student number 2, 01, section Islam 2. Okay, active, male. Okay, and click save. Okay, and continue. Operation successful. If I go to SQL server and execute this query, we got student number 2. Okay, we need check our store procedure. Just follow me. Okay, I'm going to remove this batch name from here and this left join and group by, and here I'm going to write another select query. Batch ID. Okay, and we need to declare okay, batch. We got the batch ID, and we need here where condition, this one, to get batch ID. Okay, and we need to add another condition, batch ID equal this batch ID. Okay, now I'm going to just delete the data from here. Okay, and execute this query and run this project again. Okay, and student entry page. Okay, student name 1, batch 01, section 1, date of birth okay, and religion Islam, admitted to date, active gender male, and click save button. Okay, and continue. Operation successful. Go to SQL server and execute the student table. Okay, we got student ID number. If we insert data for batch 2, then we need to see what student ID number will return. So I'm going to browser, and here in the section table, section page, I'm going to add another section for batch 02 and section name 02. Okay, and click save button. Operation successful. And I'm going to student entry page, and I'm going to insert another student name 2, batch 2. Okay, batch 02, section name 02, and set a date, religion Islam, permanent address okay, father name, admitted date today, active gender male. Okay, and click save button. Operation successful. Okay, and go to SQL server. Okay, you can see here for batch ID 13 we get student ID number, so our store procedure working. Okay, and when the data has saved, then we need to show the student ID number. Okay, so let's do it. Now stop the debugging mode, and I'm going to student controller. Okay, after save data we need to show here student ID number, so we need to load student ID number here. So I'm going to just copy this load function. Okay, this one, and paste it here, and I'm going to batch ddl load, and I'm going to change the name get student ID number. Okay, and just copy this method and paste it here. Okay, and we need to create a store procedure for get student ID number. So just copy this store procedure name and go to SQL server and search the store procedure name. Okay, and modify this store procedure. We need to create new store procedure for get student ID number. Okay, and I'm going to give a name get student ID number. Okay, and we'll get the student number from student table. So tbl student ID. Okay, and we need to get max ID. So declare declare max ID integer student ID. Okay, max student ID number. Okay, and we need select student star from tbl student where student ID number equal this max ID, and we need here student ID number. Okay, and execute this query and copy the store procedure name and paste it here. Okay, and now we need to call here student DAO. Okay, and also here student DAO. We don't need this, and we need to remove this code also, and we need to use here clone, and we need to create a string ID number empty, and we need to call it here, and we need to pass here our student ID number, this student ID number. Just paste, copy this column name and paste it here. Okay, and this ID number we need to call in the message option. Okay, and student ID number. Okay, we got the ID number, and run this project. Okay, and I'm going to student entry page. Okay, if I go to SQL server, we just for batch 01 we just get the student ID number. Okay, if I insert for batch 01 we will get the student ID number 2. So let's see. Okay, student ID number, student name 02 batch 01. Okay, batch 01 section 1. Okay, Islam. Okay, and action and okay. And now if I click save button, okay, data has been saved. Okay, and we got the student ID number 2. Okay, and continue. Okay, operation successful, student ID number 2. Okay, and if I go to our student table, and you can see here for batch 9 means 01, the student ID number 2 has been inserted here. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next part of the series. Have a great day.